Hi everyone. So today I'm going to make a really quick plain goat milk soap because I'm getting a bit short in supply and I've had people buying them. But what I'm also going to do is pinch a little bit out of the batch to make some embeds. These are raspberry or blackberry embeds. I've got two little molds of that, and also this is the gemstones, and it's only going to take a tiny bit of soap batter to make those, and that will be in preparation for some projects later in the week. So I'm going to be a bit more liberal with the pause button this time around and see how we go. All right, let's fire this baby up again. So I've melted my oils. I've got my big blob of frozen goat milk chilling in the sink, and I've started measuring out the colour for my embeds. So this is going to be for the gems. It's called Sea Mist, and I've just got 1.5 grams in there. And I'll do the same again, just a tiny bit of, this one's called Shiraz, and it will be for the perils. So this Shiraz colour is going to come back in with the main soap. With that one, when I go to do it with the black raspberry and vanilla, I want this to be quite a strongly coloured, very small amount of soap. So I'm going to put a couple of grams in there. Whereas the green one I don't want quite so bright. It's going to be absolutely stacks, but that's okay. Alright, so that's those. Now the mould I'm using for my main soap today is this wooden slab mould. It's just lined with a barbecue liner cut to size, and then when I put the soap in, I whack this divider in, chops it neatly into squares for me. I've also got this, which is a fondant mat for cake decorating, and it just leaves the slightly fancy top impression, just to dress a otherwise fairly straightforward soap up a little bit. Now, just going to give this another 30 seconds. It's not quite melted. And I'm going to start mixing the caustic with the milk. Now I do, might let that finish and tell you about that. I do 100% water replacement, so the amount of liquid that another person would use in this recipe as water, I replace entirely with goat milk. So I freeze the goat milk into a big blob, and it's weighed, and that's what I mix my caustic soda in with. It takes a while to melt down because you've got a 600-gram block of frozen milk, but you've got to keep it cool or your soap will go a nasty colour. It won't play nicely. Mainly it turns like a horrible burnt, like baby food colour, and it's not good. So you want to keep it as cool as possible. Also means that your caustic your mixture here isn't getting super hot. It's not giving you lots of fumes. If you were using water or something that wasn't frozen, it would heat up really quickly. I use cider vinegar in my shampoo bars, and that gets really hot and really fumey, and so I wear a mask when I do that one. But it's not really required for the goat milk. This does take a little while. As I said, you've got a big block of solid frozen milk, and it's sat in a sink of water to keep it nice and cool. So anything that you're using as your liquid, if it has a sugar content, if you're using fruit juice or vegetable puree, aloe vera, anything like that, any milks, coconut milk, you know, cow milk, it's all, because of the sugar, it's all going to want to get really hot. My microwave reminding me that it exists. That's better. That in the bowl with the rest. Now the trick with how much to have in your bowl is you want to be able to easily submerge your stick blender so it's not spitting up bits of soap batter at you. But you also want to make sure that your bowl's not going to overflow when you've got everything in there, because then you're going to have a problem. Something else I should have done. So with mica or anything dry, when you're mixing it with soap batter, you want to mix it with a little bit of oil. So I keep this little bottle of olive oil, which I top up regularly, and I use that to just add to the mica, and you sort of mix it into a bit of a paste, and it makes it much easier later on when you go to mix the soap batter with it. It'll go in a lot easier than if you were starting with a dry powder. Same goes for things like if you're using spirulina powder, cosmetic clays, activated charcoal, anything dry, cocoa. You want to make sure you've got, I'm going to use the other one, not spatulas. You want to make sure you've got it mixed in so it doesn't puff up at you. Activated charcoal is a fun one actually, because it's so black and so fine, and it looks like antimatter almost. You can't see it, it's that black. And when it makes a nice little puff when you add it dry to your soap, it's quite spectacular. There we go. Okay. Back to this, which is melting nicely. The rest of my caustic in there. Now sometimes I use other things. I use yogurt in one of my soaps, which I do the same thing. I make the yogurt, I weigh it, I freeze it, and then I use that as my liquid. Mixing yogurt, colostrum's another one, which behaves pretty much the same. Mixing that with your caustic is quite exciting. It turns into a nasty yellow blobby, really difficult, doesn't sort of melt back down into liquid. If you've got really good colostrum, it'll do the same thing. Open up that window. Get a bit of air circulating through here. So you can get a surprise for different things when you're mixing your caustic in with how it's going to behave. So that's something you probably should either find out ahead of time, ask someone else who's done it, or ask on a like, you know, one of the soap makers' Facebook forums or something like that, or just go in expecting the unexpected. I know that a big frozen blob of goat milk is going to be pretty chill to work with. I mean, caustic's still caustic, it's still the most alkaline thing that you can get your hands on, really. When you look at the pH scale and it gives you the examples, at one end you've got hydrochloric acid, which everyone knows you don't muck around with, and at the other end you've got caustic soda. So it's a pretty miraculous little compound. So we'll make big emergency again. It's something, you know, that something as hardcore as potentially harmful can be used to make soap, and that it transforms fats the way it does into something that we can use to clean and to remove grease and even to kill germs. So that's pretty cool. nice and melty now. Pot's getting a little bit warmer, but not too bad. If I was using water or cider vinegar, I wouldn't be able to lean over it like this for starters, and the pot would be too hot to touch, but it's only a little bit warm. Nearly there. So I want to mix this straight in as soon as the milk's melted. The quicker you can get it in, the less likely you're going to have an issue with discoloration with your finished soap. Just about there. Tip that straight in. So this is a really basic soap. Up to this point, this is a 5-ingredient recipe, which is my 3 different oils, my milk and my caustic. Don't let any lumps go in. Stick the blender. Go. Are you kidding me? Come on. Oh, because I've turned it off. All that quite cool, and I've got a light trace there already, so I'm going to put my pinch of a bit for the embeds. Do that now. That's going to be way too much, but it's fine because any leftover, put in a unicorn mold or something. Take that's thickening up kind of quickly. What I might do is drop this into the mould straight away, so it's not sitting here thickening on me. It really is just a matter of. And the biggest issue if your batter starts to thicken is that it won't get into your corners as well. And your corner bits will be smaller than your middle bits. Your customers might feel a little bit ripped off. But it depends on what you want to do. If you're mucking around with layers and swirls and stuff, then you want it a little bit thicker. But for a basic slab mould like this, a nice thin pour is ideal. Give it a little jiggle, and then we put the mould in, the dividers in the mould. There we go, and then not super critical because you're going to see the other side of this mould, but if you were doing a fancy swirls, and this was going to be your top. You definitely want to put just a bit of isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol. It stops it from getting soda ash and keeps it a bit nice. I'll pop that over there, and when I'm done with these embeds, I'll pop that out in the freezer so it doesn't get too hot and start to change colour in the middle. These little gems. The thing with embeds is that you don't want to have to be shaving them and tidying them up later when you go to use them. So you sort of want to do it like spack filler. Scrape off your excess so that when you pop these babies out, they're going to be ready to use. But that's okay. Just put them back down there. This will all just wipe up. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just want to probably even go back to that after it's started to set a little bit. There we go. Let's see more after. There we go. And then I've got my berries over here. Clean this up so we can use it again. Just rinse in. Water. Dry on this cloth. Stir. Oh, these aren't so critical because their bottoms aren't really going to be visible. Once they're poking into the top of the soap. It's another situation where it's better if your batter's quite fluid because it'll flow into all those little spots. Raspberries a bit better. So before I was rudely interrupted by the arrival of my shopping, yeah, I filled up the little embed molds, put my leftovers in the unicorns. As you can see, my main batch is gone. It's gone out to the freezer and it'll stay there for a few hours until it's cool all the way through, and then that'll be right to come in. And I might show you these again once I pop them out so you can see what they look like. But these are going to go in some fun loaves with my fragrance oils, and that'll be later in the week.